Morning. This is David. I'm actually a local realtor. I was calling about the property on Nye that came off the market recently. Am I speaking to the owner?
Are you talking about the 645 Nine
Yeah,
Avenue?
that is correct. Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, what is it about?
Well, the reason for my call, I specialize working with expired listings, homes that were on the market and did not sell. And I wanted to know when you would be interviewing for the right agent to get this property sold for you.
Okay. Right now, I can't give you any answer right now until maybe today's what? Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday, yes.
Maybe by Friday, maybe.
Okay, I definitely would be willing to call back on Friday. I guess what I'm trying to figure out since I work in the area is I can't figure out why the house didn't sell when it was on the market.
Yeah, the market, we were selling it as is.
Okay.
Okay. And we have a buyer, a few of them, and they already give us an offer. They have the down payment with the attorney. And the sent inspector was here,
Okay.
and he did the inspection, and the house is as is. It's pretty good shape, it's no problem,
Gotcha.
and we're waiting for their decision. So,
Okay, that makes sense to me. Now, is this a property you live in or is this an investment property?
well, it's both. Well,
Okay.
it's both business as well as,
As a home. And you currently live in the property right now?
oh, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. And when you sell this place, I mean, where are you moving to once you get it sold?
Probably maybe going to the Midwest.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, we're just waiting for the outcome.
Waiting for the outcome so you can head to the Midwest. And how soon do you want to be out in the Midwest?
No, for instance, if this one is, if it goes through the way, like I told you, maybe by late June or something like that,
Late June, okay. And if this buyer doesn't work out for you, how would you go about choosing the next agent you work with?
Well, the contract is already over with the agent. The contract is over with the agent.
Yes, the contract's over with your current agent.
The last month.
Okay.
We were signing 2-3 days before the end of April. So.
Oh, gotcha.
End of what is that? This is May, right?
Yes, it is. May 22nd.
It was extended a little bit. So.
Okay. So the contract's over with them. How did you happen to pick that agent last time? How did you choose them to list your property and market it for you?
Well, a few people that they contact us, so we get the numbers and then some put
Yes.
a card on the door.
Okay.
So we're just waiting, and hopefully maybe it'll come by Friday.
Okay, fair enough. Is there anything during the process that agent did that you really liked? Anything special they did to market the home that you thought was good?
Well, it's got 2-car garage, everything is up there.
Okay.
Good location.
Okay.
Most of the stuff, the boiler, new electrical, the roof is good.
Okay.
It's in good shape.
Sounds like a good property. It sounds really good.
I live in there. I used to be.
Okay, so you did some of this yourself?
No.
Okay.
I got people.
Okay, so you hire people to do it. Okay. So let's say if these buyers don't actually end up buying your house, how are you going to go about choosing the next agent that you work with? How will you go about interviewing for the next agent?
Well, I have a few cards that we have. I have a few calls too.
Yes.
Just like you call that you guys just called. So
Gotcha.
they're all asking us, if it doesn't work out.
Of course. And yet I'm sure you want to make sure that you make the right choice next time around and you get someone that can get the job done for you, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be put residential and commercial building.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that was somebody the buyers come, they say, is it a business? I said, no. Did they tell you? He said, no, they didn't tell me.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So anyway, you learn every day.
You do learn. So you need someone that has commercial and residential experience that can market the property as mixed use so that you can find the right buyer, is what I hear you saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. So listen, I would like to apply for the job of putting this house back on the market if it does not sell. Are you familiar with the techniques I use to get properties like yours sold?
No, I'm familiar with the whole process,
Well, you may be familiar with the real estate process. However, all agents are different. We all have different ways that we market and get properties sold. And I'd like to schedule a time to sit down with you and show you what I do to get property sold for my seller. So I know you mentioned earlier Friday would be a good time to talk with you. I like to schedule a time to come by this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, in case these buyers don't actually work out.
Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting until Friday. Then we go from there.
Okay, so on Friday, you'll know whether or not these buyers are going to buy the property. If I call you on Friday and they have decided not to buy the property, I'd like an opportunity to schedule a meeting with you on Saturday. Would that be okay with you?
Saturday.
Or Sunday?
Yeah, no, Sunday, I go to church on Sunday. Yeah, Saturday is fine.
Saturday's fine. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do because my schedule fills up very quickly. I'm going to just tentatively schedule a time for us to get together on Saturday. And when I call you on Friday, we'll confirm it. So do mornings or afternoons work better for you? Afternoon. So I'm going to tentatively schedule Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Will you be home at that time?
You mean Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah, afternoon I goes first. Let's see how afternoon goes first, Let's Friday, we can finalize it on Friday.
That's fair. So I have you in my calendar now for Saturday at 1. I'll call you on Friday. And depending on what happens with the buyer, we'll decide if we need to keep the appointment on Saturday.
Very well.
Okay. And tell me your first name. I'm David, and I'll send you. Is this a cell phone number or is this a house number?
No, this house number.
Okay. Is there an email address that I can send you my information?
Yeah, MOWO.
Okay.
48.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And again, my name is David. I'm a local real estate agent with Keller Williams. I will be back in touch with you on Friday. I do appreciate your time today.
All right, Dave. Take care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. So I had a hard time hearing this guy. I don't know if you guys had a hard time hearing him. Bottom line, the situation is right before the property expired, they got an offer on the property. The buyers come in. The inspector has come in. They have some issues during the inspection process, and they're making a decision on whether or not they want to move forward, and that decision is going to be made on Friday. So instead of saying I call back on Friday and see what happened, I took charge and said, what I'm going to do is go ahead and tentatively book you for Saturday, and you saw we booked that for 1 p.m., and then what I'll do is I'll call you back on Friday, and we'll confirm whether or not I need to come out. If the buyers move forward, I cancel that appointment. There's no need to come out. If the buyers don't carry through with the contract, then guess what? I'll call him. I'll confirm Saturday, and there can be a listing opportunity there. So this morning, what time is it now? It's 11:22. I started making calls at 11. I got a lot of hangups, of course, a lot of wrong numbers. Talked to one person who said, hey, we're no longer interested in selling for the immediate future. We're waiting until our kids get out of school. And then I got this guy. So 22 minutes. I have a tentative appointment. It's not a solid appointment yet, but I have a tentative appointment. I will call him back on Friday, and based on the conversation with the buyers and whether or not they decide to move forward, I'm going to firm that appointment up. And guess what I'll do next? Pre-qualify. I'm going to call him back and pre-qualify and go through my questionnaire and make sure this is actually a listing I want. I want to make sure he's motivated. I want to make sure that he's willing to price the property where it will sell. So, just based on the price of this property, based on my average commission, it's about $7,500 to $8,000 right there from making this call. 22 minutes. Will it always happen like that? No. Is this our job? Absolutely. Our job is to lead generate every day, and you need to have standards set up in your business. It can be, I'm making calls for 2 hours a day, no matter what, 3 hours a day, no matter what. Or what I like to do is set up a number for how many contacts I'm going to have before I stop lead generating. That number can be 5 or it can be 10. Whatever your number is, commit to it. And during your 2 hours, if you don't talk to 5 people, you need to get back on the phone, or you need to go door knock, or you need to go do some for sale by owner previews. You need to have standards set in your business on how long you're going to call, how many contacts you're going to have during that period. The major issue with real estate's simple, but it's not easy. We are all independent contractors, so we don't have a set schedule where we have to come in. We don't have someone on our back holding us accountable to do activities. It's really up to us to hold ourselves accountable and have standards in our business. If we were working a job and we got paid $7,500 or $8,000 a day to make calls, or a week to make calls, or whatever it is, and that was our job, and we didn't get paid if we did not get paid if we did not do that work, guess what? We would do the work. It's the same thing here. Although we're independent contractors and we have flexibility, we have a job to do, and that's lead generating. So I've said it once, I've said it 1,000,000 times, and I will say it 1,000,000 more times. Have a standard in your business, time block to lead generate. I say at least 5 days a week, minimum 2 hours. However, I know there's some people who work part-time. I know there's some people who just prefer not to be on the phone, and they'd rather be out in the field door knocking or doing open houses to generate leads. Do you, whatever you do it. Just do it. It's your job. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. Again, I apologize if you guys weren't able to hear him clearly. Got a tentative appointment. Back on the phones I go.